Let's go ahead and get started into our practice here today. We're going to start down on the yoga mat, and for this we're going to need to have a yoga strap or something that works like it and a yoga block. Let's start down on our back body with the yoga strap. So come down into the mat. Take a moment here first just to draw the knees in, give yourself a good squeeze. Take a nice deliberate breath and just feel your arrival here on the mat. And then let's go ahead and just plant the feet there on the mat. Good. From here, we're going to take the hands together and then just interlace them, turn the palms up, and then just taking the arms overhead behind you. Just to a comfortable position. And then just let the shoulders shrug up towards the ears. And then from there, let's draw this right knee in. You're going to hug it towards you. And then left leg goes in the air here. And you're just going to circle through your left ankle joint. The leg doesn't have to be perfectly straight to the ceiling. It could be more in a diagonal. But then from there, you're going to go ahead and send the left leg all the way down the mat. And then go ahead and just lift the head and the shoulders and a little bit just kind of round towards your knee. And then come back down to the mat. Good. From here, let's bring hands under the right thigh or kind of under your right knee. And then a few times, you're just going to straighten and rebend the right leg to some degree. You don't have to straighten it all the way. Just kind of stay within your window of tolerance. Okay, from there, now you're going to use your yoga strap. So you're going to use this to place it on the bottom of your right foot. And you're going to send it up. And you're just going to use the strap kind of as an extension of your arms. So find a comfortable position, somewhere where your leg can be straight. And then a little bit you can pull that to you, okay? No extra cranking or struggling. Just kind of press through the ball of the foot into the strap. Take a steady, smooth breath. And then from there, let's bring the left hand to your left hip, kind of anchor there, but then allow the right leg to open to the right, to some degree, little or a lot. And then we're just going to bring this back through center. And then just do that another time. Take that out to a reasonable place. And then bring that back in. A little bit, explore taking the leg slightly to the left, just a little bit. And then we'll bring this back in. Let's release the strap, place that down. Place both feet on the mat and just take a moment and just register that. Okay, let's draw left knee in, give it a good squeeze. And then right leg here is going to go up, and you're first going to circle through that ankle joint. Okay, knock the rust off. And then leg gets to go down the mat. As you pull your knee to you, go ahead, lift the head, the shoulders, round in. And then back into the mat. Okay, let's bring the hands behind that thigh. Remember, here's where you get to just explore, straightening and rebending the leg. Just see what's available to you. Approach it that way. Even if it's just a little bit of movement, okay? That's how we make more movement. From there, let's use the strap. So strap on the bottom of the left foot. You're going to send that up. Again, just find a reasonable place where the leg can be straight, so that might be more out. Find where your hamstring's going to let you come. And then just kind of notice your breathing, right? Smooth that out. And then I think it works best to hold the strap in the left hand. And then with your right hand at your hip, just take that leg away from you to the left. Let's pull that back through center. And then just do that again, we'll stay. Just take the leg out till it feels like you've arrived and be there. We'll bring this back in a little bit. You can use both hands, but just slightly let the leg come across your center. Again, this might look different for you than it does me. The leg might be more out in front. But then let's bring this in and we'll let that go and set your strap aside. Plant the feet, right? The knees bent. And then just with the hands, bring your hands kind of to the tops of your thighs, kind of where your hips start to become the thighs or the legs, right? And with your hands, the heel of your hands, just gently kind of press in, right? Press down and out. And release. So we're going to draw the knees in. Lift the head, the shoulders. Feel the imprint of your spine there on the mat. Coming back down. A little bit of side to side move, right? Just like a little rock sides, left, right, left, right. And just kind of feel that imprint, the contact you have with the floor there, right? Using the floor to kind of massage that low back into the mat. Okay, so from there, we're going to rise. You can just rock right up into your seat. Cross-legged seat, a little hip mobility. Let's lean back into the hands and swish your feet, other foot in front. You're just going to fold forward. Rock back, do it again. Okay, each time other foot gets to be in front. And then as you come up this next time, let's take a little twist here. So just twist to your right. Let the hands land at that knee and at the mat behind you. Look over the shoulder. Let's untwist. We're going to twist the other direction. Come across your body, look over your shoulder. And then right back through. From here, let's lean back to the hands. Take the feet wide edges of your yoga mat. And then we'll just windshield wiper the knees, right? So just kind of side to side, knees fall left, right. And then from there, let's come on over to tabletop. So we're going to come to hands, knees. You want more extra padding for the knees? Use a towel or fold your yoga mat over to give that extra padding. But take a moment to land there and just kind of feel your body weight into your hands. And I want you to start to kind of sway your weight side to side. Just kind of lean out to the right shoulder, lean to the left shoulder. And then from side to side, let's come back in, tuck the toes. We're going to rock forward and back. So pressing forward in the wrists, back into the feet, forward, back, a little rock roll. And let's come back up through that tabletop. We'll move our spine, cat-cow pose, arch round your back body. As you move here, just kind of sync up your breathing. There's no special way, nothing you have to fix or change about your breathing, but just notice it's there, connecting with your movement. And let's come back through tabletop. We'll pause here. Let's raise the right arm, look up, little twist here. And then I want you to find just big sweeping circle through the right arm. You can brush the ceiling, brush the wall, the floor. Big hand on a clock. And then you're going to reverse it. We want to go the other way. Let's get into all that range of motion your shoulder has. And then let's come back through. Other arm, just raise the left arm. Shoulders stack open, look up. And then same idea here, just big sweeping circle. Reaching into the very edges of your fingertips. Let's reverse. Go the other way. Again, reach for the wall, the ceiling, the wall behind you, the floor. And back to tabletop. Let's take a child's pose here. You might try taking the knees wider apart as you drop the hips back. Okay? And then from there, you'll just bow the head. The head can come to the mat. If it doesn't come easily to the mat, try stacking your hands to lift the floor for your head, or use that yoga block or blanket rolled up. Take a nice deliberate breath in through the nose. Nice deliberate exhale through the nose. We want to try to use our nose to breathe. And we'll rise. Let's come on up. And then from there, downward facing dog. So we'll tuck the toes under here. I want you to think about sending the hips back and then up. So we're in that big inverted V shape. You can turn the hands out a little bit. That might help with the shoulders. And bending the knees to give you some length through the spine. Let's lower, come back through tabletop. Make any adjustments you feel you might need with the hands. And then dog pose again. Hips will go back and then up. We're bearing a lot of our weight in the arms and hands, so I want you to drive through the arms like you're pushing the floor away. And then from there, I want you to take the feet a little bit wider, okay? And then can you walk your hands backwards to your feet? So there's a forward fold. And then you'll bend the knees. Okay, if the hamstrings feel tight, you're going to fold forward and let your elbows kind of land at the knees or the thighs. So a forward fold, we really want that to come from the pelvis. It's a hip hinge. This way the spine doesn't have to overly round and fold. Let's rise. Let's come to standing. And then you can take the feet apart a little bit wider than you had them. We're going to bring the hands to the knees. You can kind of sit back into the hips a bit. We're going to do cat-cow pose here. So I want you to kind of think of arching and rounding your spine. And just kind of leaning into the knees. Use the hands to leverage that move. And then we'll pause there. Again, a forward fold, which might be bringing the elbows to the knees as you drop the head. Or if there's room and it's available, you could certainly drop the arms and the hands towards the floor. Take a nice deliberate breath here. Wherever you're at in this, head below heart. And then we'll come back up, hands towards the knees, little twist here. So let's bring both hands over to the left knee, little twist. And then see there if you can do the same kind of thing where you round and arch the spine from here, right? It might be a smaller movement, but just kind of getting into the back body. Let's reach around over here, hands to the other knee. There's a twist. And then rounding the spine, but then kind of can you arch the spine, right? Search for that movement. Create it. If it's not there, it'll come. And then let's come back through and then just rising, coming up through to standing. Okay, so let's work into a couple of standing yoga postures that I think provide a nice stretch for the legs, which is Warrior Two. So let's find that. It looks something like this. Warrior Two. I have my right leg forward. I have a nice wide stance, and then I have a nice bend in my front knee. Okay, my toes are facing forward. My back foot, my toes are facing out to the side. Warrior Two pose. And then you're going to reach your arms out. Right? So it's a pose that you really get to reach into a lot of directions. So from right there, go ahead and just straighten the front leg. And then I want you to just rebend the knee. So a few times, I want you to just work into that. Just straightening and rebending the knee, coming through your Warrior Two. So you can just kind of feel into the legs. Warrior Two, it's really about the framework of the legs. Okay, as you bend into the knee again, Warrior Two, I want you to flip your front palm open. And you're just going to raise that right arm and reach back. Keep that bend in the front knee. And let's rise. We'll come back through our warrior, through center. Side angle pose. That just means you're going to bring your right elbow kind of towards your front thigh and then reach that left arm overhead. Side angle pose. Feel like the shoulders are kind of peeling open, chest is open. And we'll rise, we'll come back through center. Let's do that again with the front leg. Just straighten the front leg, rebend the knee. Do that another time. Warrior Two. And then we'll reach back, just the upper body. Just gonna reach back, big side bend. On a breath, let's rise. We'll come forward to side angle pose. Reach the arm. Okay, let's rise. We'll come on back up. We'll straighten the front leg. We'll turn the toes in here. Face the side of your yoga mat and then just reach out through the arms, flex your palms, push walls away, and then just pull the elbows in, almost like they could touch behind you. They won't, but just make that action. And then push back out. Okay, so push, pull through the arms. Palms are flexed. And as you reach back out, we're going to find Warrior Two on the other side. So we're going to turn the left foot out, bend into the knee. Right? A wide stance, as wide as feels comfortable, and then reach out through the arms. And just take a moment to feel your whole body in that shape you've placed yourself. And we'll straighten the front leg. Straighten the front leg and then rebend into the knee. Right? Just staying within a sustainable version of all this. As you rebend the knee, let's stay here. We'll reach back, right? I'm raising my left arm, reach back. And I'm going to rise. I'm going to come forward. I'm going to rest my elbow kind of at my thigh, side angle pose. Arm goes overhead. Long line from hand to back foot. And we'll rise. We'll come back up. Let's reach back, reverse warrior. And we'll do it again. We'll rise. Let's come forward, side angle pose. Take a breath. And we'll rise. We'll come back up. Another time, we want to bend and re-straighten. Let's get that in another time. Okay. As you straighten that leg, we'll turn the toes in. We'll face the side of the mat, and we'll take a fold. So go ahead, take the arms out, and then folding forward. Again, maybe you're landing at the elbows, or you could come towards the mat. Another option is if you have a yoga block or two, big rolled up towel, lift the floor to you, okay? Hands could land at the block. And again, blocks have several sides to them, so low, middle, or high. Take just a couple breaths more right where you're at in your fold. And let's start to rise. Lift the head, come on up. And let's come back in here towards the front of our yoga mat. Let's glance down at the feet. Lift the toes, spread them. As you lower them, I'm just going to rock forward and back, right? Kind of feel your body weight transfer, feel your body balance. And then landing into the feet, let's step the right foot forward just a step so that you don't have a lot of weight in it. You're just going to roll your foot, your ankle, kind of in, out, so that we stretch through the ankle joint. Sometimes they can get stiff. We want our feet and ankles to work well, so everything above it can work for us well. Let's switch. So you're standing on your other leg. Just step your foot forward and then just gently roll in and out. Stay connected, stay engaged. Simple move like this. Being mindful. Okay, so then just back into the mat, something we call mountain pose, right? Kind of like it sounds, tallest version of you. Stand even in your feet, draw up through your legs, give the shoulders a nice big roll, let them drop down your back. And we'll take the arms up, overhead. Let's hook the thumbs here, kind of like spread the hands wide. And then side bend to your right, so just reach up and over. Keep your weight even in the legs and feet. And then coming back up through center, you're gonna side bend other way, reach up and over. We'll come back up. Let's part the arms. Bring your hands to your hips and then head over to your right leg. Stand in your right leg, and I want you to just kind of float the left leg out and away. So you're balancing on one leg. If that's going well, I want you to just reach your right arm out, diagonal. Let's come back in. Feel your body balance on both feet. And then we're gonna head to the left, right? Transfer all of your weight to the left leg. Maybe you're just on that big toe of the right foot. Start to find that balance. The outside leg lifts. Once you're there, can you reach the left arm out? And then just bring that back in. We're just gonna do it another time. Transfer all your weight to the right leg. Reach out through the arm, find that balance. And then bring it back in. We're gonna shift. Head over into the left leg. Reach through the left arm. And then back through center. All right, let's make our way back to the mat here. Let's take the arms up overhead and then just big fold, bend the knees. Let's step it back, tabletop, coming to hands, knees. And then from there, let's grab behind the right knee and then just bring that right foot forward so we're in a low lunge. Remember, if you need extra padding on that knee, use a towel, blanket. If you've got a foam block, you could even put that block under that left knee. All right, so low lunge. Let's bring hands to low back. Sometimes just bringing our hands to a region of the body helps us have feedback. And just draw down through your tail. Engage your glutes. We're gonna reach just the left arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Little side bend to the right. Let the breath come through. And then we'll come on up. Let's bring a hand here to this knee, right? So my left hand's coming to land at my right knee. I'm gonna take a twist. Reach over the right, look over the right shoulder. And we'll come out. From here, hands are gonna come down into the yoga mat. And then my back foot, you could keep the knee down or you could lift it off. So low runner's lunge if you've lifted the knee off the mat. Explore that, okay? Let's drop the knee back down to the floor, to the block. A little twist here, so I'm gonna raise my right arm. Shoulders are gonna peel open, look up. And we'll bring this back down. All right, from there, let's come back through and then we're just gonna switch sides. So I'm gonna grab behind my left knee and just help kind of pull my left foot through to a low lunge. Again, accommodate your knees as they need. Hands at low back, just draw down through your tail. And then just raise the right arm, and then can you reach up and over to the left? Let's rise here. A little twist. I'm gonna land my hand over here at my knee, and I'm gonna twist over my left shoulder. Look over that arm behind you if you can. And let's release the twist. We'll bring the hands down. Okay, use the back foot. Low runner's lunge. See about lifting that knee off the mat. Might be something to work towards. Okay. Lift it or not, we're going to take a twist. I'm going to raise my left arm. Shoulder stack open, look up. And let's ease back out of that. And then let's step here through our tabletop. Let's come back through a dog pose. So hands will come in a little bit. Sink the hips back and up. Push back. And we'll drop the knees. Let's take a child's pose. We're going to sink back into the heels. Remember, let the head rest either at the floor, the hands, or that prop. And let's rise here. We'll come on up. I'm going to use the block. So as you come up, let's use the block on the high setting. And let's bring the right foot through again, kind of like we had it for a low lunge. But you're going to have it in a way where you straighten the front leg. And then so this is where your block comes in handy. And then just kind of let the toes come up towards you. A few times you're just going to kind of flex the foot forward, back. Right. From there, let's bring this in through a low lunge. And then from a low lunge, use the back foot. We're going to press off. We're going to come up into high lunge. And just reach the arms. Back heel lifts. Let's come back down. Out of that. We'll switch sides. From a low lunge on the left side, I'm just going to work the leg towards straight. Okay. And then again, just block for a little bit of balance support if you need it. Otherwise, hands can be at hips and you're just going to flex through that foot. And as you do that, just kind of notice how stretch moves through the hamstring and through the leg. You could add a little fold if you have room to do so. The idea here that I want to express is that it can look a few different ways, whether you're more upright or you're hinging forward. Okay, let's find our way to a lunge. Back toes, use them. See if you can drive away and come up to high crescent. And we'll lower. Okay, we're going to come back down and out of that, right through to our seat. Okay, just all the way down. Something that can help with that high crescent lunge, if you're just kind of working into that, just being by a wall, using some support as well, right? As you kind of build into that, especially if it's a new move, it takes a little time. Okay, so from here, just finding that cross-legged seat. Shrug the shoulders, draw up tall. And then from there, we'll take the feet out in front of us, reverse tabletop, bring the hands back, gaze up. Let's lift up, drive the floor away. And all the way back down. Little windshield wiper of the feet, the knees. and all the way back in. Let's make our way over here to the front body. So all the way down here into your yoga mat Sphinx pose. Nice way to work into the spine and into the back. If you need a little more room in the low back, then just walk the arms more forward. Okay, that'll take it out of the low back. Again, just find somewhere that feels sustainable. Think about your shoulders. I want you to shrug them, right? Sink in, push away. Sink in, push away. As you draw the shoulders down, we're just going to kind of gaze up. And then let's release. So coming down, just stack the hands, rest the head. Let's bend the knees, draw the heels in, and then just kind of windshield wiper the feet side to side here. Feel hips and low back come along for the ride. Not a lot of effort, more momentum. And we'll lower that. We're going to bring our hands in close to the mat. So kind of like if you were at the bottom of a push-up, right? You've come down, the hands are by your side, the elbows are up. Cobra pose. So just this little lift of the chest and then lower. Okay, so you're using the hands to push the floor away. Find a good pace here to move through this a few times to lift and lower. Again, doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Find a reasonable lift off. Coming down. As you come down, hover the hands off the mat. Okay, so they were just there on the mat, hover them, and then lift there into Cobra. Feel the strength of your back body, and then lower. So explore that, see how that works for you. Building strength through the back body. Let the feet press down into the mat. And then lower. We're going to sweep the arms back. And then lift the chest. Also lift the legs, locust pose. So whole back chain of the body here gets to light up. Let's lower. See if you can find another one of those locust pose, lifting up and lowering. All right, we're going to make our way back. Child's pose, take a moment, touch down. Nice breath. Let's rise. Okay, all the way here into our seat. Comfortable, just cross-legged seat. You might try sitting up on a yoga block or a towel just to elevate the pelvis, depending on how it feels when you sit cross-legged on the floor. But just kind of palms down, close that energetic loop within yourself. Perhaps close the eyes and just take a moment. Let all this movement land for you in your body and your brain. Okay, from there, we'll let the eyes flutter open. We'll come down to take just a final rest. We call shavasana. Every yoga class ends with a little bit of stillness. You can take as little or as much as you are comfortable in doing. It can be a lot sometimes to be still or to lay still while we're awake. So see what feels reasonable for you. We're just coming to your back body. Let's draw the knees in. Give yourself a good squeeze. Arms, legs in the air, final circle through wrist, ankles. Finish how we began. We'll take reclined butterfly, so the soles of the feet connect, the knees land open. See here if you can push down into the feet and lift the hips, kind of like a bridge pose. And just feel that last bit of efforting and rising away from the floor. And let that go. We'll send the legs down the mat, shavasana. See here about taking a moment, give yourself your own undivided attention. Just observe your breathing, that it's there and constant. Seal the practice with your biggest inhale possible. Pause at the top of that breath. And then just very slow, complete exhale to the very bottom of your lungs. Pause at the bottom of your exhale. And then just normal breathing. We're going to reawaken, ease back into your day, your evening. Let's reach the arms overhead behind you. Nice full body stretch into every cell. Gently roll to your side. Come on back up into your seat. Have the best day ever. Peace.